Hello, what's up everybody? RageCage20 here, back with the finale of Jinjer's Micro album. Today we have Micro, album title song, which is just an instrumental, about 143, about minute 50, almost 2 minute long. Not too bad. I don't know how long this video is. I don't think I'm going to attach it to the end of Perennial, but then again, I don't know. It really just depends how long this video goes, and or not. But I imagine I'll do some talking at the end of it, which, speaking of which, I gotta start prepping while we talk about this here. Yeah, that sounds about right. I have two documents that are very closely titled. I think I mentioned before I should really change the name of one of them to make it easier, but I know me, I probably won't, and I'll just figure it out. So this is our end of Jinjer for now. Now, at the end of this, we will talk about more of what that means if you didn't watch the end of either OTEP or Stitches, which I could see. I could definitely see happening. Make sure you stay at the end of this one to give you an update. The fact that you're going to get more Jinjer in the very near future. You're going to get a lot of things in the very near future. So, if you're interested in what that means, stay tuned or skip to that chapter. There will always be chapters in the last part of every video. I'm waiting for the stalling to wait for the thing to pop up here. There it is. Hey, there we go. All right, that's all I need. But yeah, just stay tuned for the end or skip there to that chapter. Either way, I don't care. Whatever you need to fill your excitement meter, that'll be best. So, let's enjoy the instruments doing what they do. The end of the last album, Beggar's Dance, had me like, fuck yeah, this shit is awesome. So I can only imagine that Micro will be similar to that. I mean, this has been a great album, or EP, whatever it technically is considered. I'm calling it an album, so deal with that. And I hope I'm sure this one will do the same, because as I just said, this album's been really pretty fucking awesome. There's been some really, really good songs on this album. Like all of them. The second one, I would say, wasn't as strong as the other three. But the other three, though, like, were amazing. So, I imagine this album's going to finish this the same. The only one in this album that actually does not have a video, because they could make an instrumental video. That'd be kind of cool. But the only one where we actually get to see the album art here, which, I don't know. Honestly, if I'm gonna say what this looks like, it looks like a humanoid here, or just some kind of creature. Like neck, shoulders, chest, jaw. This would be the mouth and face. It looks like Marge Simpson hair that is being obliterated by some falling object or something. It's kind of what it looks like. I don't know if that is what I'm supposed to be seeing here, but that's what it looks like. I do not know, but it also looks like some kind of like, microscopic organisms like bacteria or something just floating around with all these tendrils and shit. So who knows what I'm actually looking at here, but it looks pretty fascinating. All right, Micro, instrumentalists of Jinjer, blow me away. Let's get some crazy here in this short 2-ish minutes. Good start. Huh. Fascinating. It's just like a small little snippet here of something. It's almost like an interlude, like a musical interlude, but that which maybe this can be considered a musical interlude between micro and macro. I don't know. We're not even going to bother full screening it. We're just going to go back since this is short. And there's just a few small points to kind of spring up and just kind of enjoy it again real fast. Now, first off, let's talk about the instruments. So it sounded like an acoustic guitar, a bass, and it sounded like, I mean, there was obviously some little touches in here and there, which could have either been studio produced sounds, or maybe a keyboard or something. But besides that, just sounds like three bass instruments. And what I don't know the actual term for it. I don't know if it has like an instrumental name. I just call it the box. I don't know if that's the name for it, or at least the name that people give it. But like, there's a lot of kind of like street bands, or just kind of, I would say, like indie bands, especially like kind of some of those kind of like hipster, hippie indie band kind of bands use the box. I think it's more often used by them, but I mean, so I feel like it has kind of this connotation to it, whether positive or negative, depending on how you view what I just described. I mean, I think it's a cool instrument. I think it's just fun to play with. On all honesty, I think it's just fun, the sounds that you can make with it. But it's just a square. It's just like, it looks like a wooden square that you can hit different parts of it for different sounds. That has kind of like that hollow bongo sound to it, but also there's parts that will kind of have this more snap, like a snare to it. It sounded like that's what they were playing in this song. Sound like, so the box you sit on, you just kind of play below you. That's what it sounded like. I'm not sure if that's what it was, or just if it was actually bongos and a snare. I don't know, but that's is what it sounded like to me. Very cool. Let's get it. Let's isolate and get it. Well, I mean, I can't actually isolate, but like, let's listen to it to each different instrument that's going on here and kind of isolate what's happening here. Now, of course, immediately I thought of a bongo. Like, I was like, oh, like some bongos and stuff in here. That's kind of cool. But I honestly think it's the box. But the reason that came to me later, and I'll try to put that out here. But interesting start here. Definitely not Jinjer-esque. Like, just like Baker's Dance, where it's just like switch this kind of like swinging jazz. It was just like, whoa. And it's just, you forget sometimes that Jinjer comes from, different musical backgrounds than just metal, or whatever someone claimed that they were. It was, well, not this claim, maybe that is what they are, maybe what the album is, but something like progressive groove metal or something like that. I don't know whatever they were calling it, but they come from different backgrounds, and and sometimes in these more instrumentally shorter songs, they just change to a different style. That's really fucking cool. But yeah, definitely, I had a feeling that it might not be, especially with the instrumental. I had a feeling they might shake it up and go a different style, because I've heard them do it before in the last album, but I wasn't 100% positive they were going to, and they did, and I think that's really fucking cool. It's when I started hearing those sounds, that kind of like sounds like that, I was just like, oh no, that actually sounds like he's playing the box. That's just what I call it. You can call it the cube, the square. I like to call it a box. I should probably look up what it's actually called. Hold on. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna search up drum box. This one I'm gonna put into Google, drum box, and see what the fuck comes up. Drum box. Yeah. Is that the actual name for it? Okay. I think that's a brand, but the percussion Cajun box drum is what seems to be the consistent name is Cajun and drum and box seem to come into most of these. Seems it's a yeah yeah. Primero Cajun, yeah, that's the name that came up. But yeah, I I don't really have a good picture for you, but actually, hold on, give me a second here. Editing is gonna be fun. But yeah, I can find out what the camera is. Yeah, one of these, just a square box. Just here's a square box. You sit on it and you hit different parts of it, and it makes different sounds. Kind of that kind of sound that it heard in there that sounded like fingertips rolling on something. Again, could be a bongo, but I think it's the box. I honestly think it's the box. That's when I started to make that connection. I was like, wait a second. Like, those sounds do not sound like, but I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. But this very beautiful acoustic kind of sound that we got coming out of here out of this guitar. I really like the way he's strumming. They I mean, as we've noted many times throughout this album especially, they have awesome different rhythms that they like to do, and I love the way they chunk their chords. It's fantastic. Just that dun dun dun, just I don't know what it is. I just love their accented chunky chords. With the rhythms that they put it on, and often switching into the offbeat and the onbeat, and just with different time signatures that you don't always see in like pop and metal and stuff. Just really cool sounds going on here. So you can hear the bass a little bit in here. I feel like there's a part where I heard it more predominantly, and I want to see if I can find that. There's a little ding, ding, ding. It's just like those little chimes that are coming in there. That's a really nice touch. It's really pretty. Yeah, I don't know if that's part of the chord in the acoustic guitar or if that's the bass guitar. Which, if so, I think they're playing the bass guitar acoustically as well, which is really cool. But yeah, no, it's definitely some lower, very rumbly notes in there. I like the little switch up that they have after that, kind of very interesting, like spacey, just little chimes that they have in there, and then they bring it back in, and then it feels like the bass is digging in a little bit more. It's pretty sick, I ain't gonna lie. I honestly could see that all just being an acoustic guitar as well. It's very fascinating. And it's just kind of a little bit of a repetition on this melody, this main theme that they have going on throughout the song. And just like little change ups here and there, a little bit of playfulness added above and below the mix and whatnot. But this is just such like a grooving, like, yeah, kind of song, you know what I mean? Just like, oh, you can just I want to say vibe to the song. You can just kind of move with this song. It's catchy, has a very great just rockin' rhythm. It's very, for a very simple short instrumental. This is very, very well done and very clean. And incredibly catchy. Actually, now that I look at this picture a little bit more, I feel like I could see this being like the opening to a mouth, and it's like shooting like a a blast of energy out of its mouth, and these like I can see like an eye right here, like smoke coming out of like this like demon like nostril. Is it just me? Is anyone else seeing this, or am I crazy? Back to this kind of soft spaciness. And then we're back into it. That's pretty. That's really pretty. Alright, well that's gonna do it for Jinjer here on this micro album. Very gorgeous, kind of soothing way to go out on it for sure. It's very cool. So what do we got next? What do we got on the horizon? Well, this will be the third time that I've mentioned it. But it's fine because there'll be have one difference in it. What's going to be coming out alongside Epica once Jinjer is done, because it's only 5 songs, so there will be another one interjecting with Epica, and that is going to be Jonathan Young. We're going back to experience some more Jonathan Young. Going through all his 2015 stuff, which is a little bit hard to do. There's probably going to be some missing, which is fine. In general, hopefully none of the ones I really want to hear are missing, because I don't know what happened. Maybe Jonathan Young made a video or a short or a post or something about this on some platform somewhere. I do not know. I don't really follow a lot of his new stuff, so I wouldn't necessarily know if he's mentioned this or whatnot. All I saw that is he was like respond to like, oh, it's just, I guess I technically didn't watch the video. I just saw the thumbnail. I was like, oh, is all your music on Spotify gone now? And it just thumbnail said no. Which he did. He did remove some of the stuff and switch it with other stuff I don't like, but we don't need to get into that conversation here. We can get into doing Jonathan Young videos. But he did, like, as I like to call it, like, genocided a lot of his early material. Like, a lot of stuff from 2014 when he started, fucking gone. Like, just fucking gutted it. And a lot of it was like really good stuff that I really enjoyed. He saved like a small handful, and it seems like 2015 relatively is safe, but he also took out a bunch of the early videos from 2015 as well. He just fucking erased it, and I'm not really cool with that. It's like, I understand, like, well, I didn't really like it, not really a lot of people watch it, so I didn't want to have it up anymore or something. Like, I guess I can understand that, but like, it's the same thing that happened with Husky Starcraft. If you don't know the whole Husky Starcraft controversy, like, he was huge in the Starcraft world. He made amazing commentary and castings on a bunch of videos and whatnot, and then he just disappeared. And all the videos disappeared with him. He eventually came back and released like, hey, I bet you're wondering what happened. He said, well, I kind of want to move away from casting and whatnot, even though I love StarCraft and stuff still. I want to move to a different part of my life. And for me, just when I start over, I just get rid of, I change completely. I don't even think about the past anymore, so I just wanted to delete it all. And it's like, I get it, you got to look after you and all, but like, when you release something into the world that can be seen by everyone in the universe that has internet access and not a strict government that blocks things, it's no longer yours. Like, when you create art in a medium of like this, you know, in some kind of video, some kind of music, some kind of anything, it is no longer yours. It is the world's. It is now art. It is now history. And you pretty much just burned history to the ground with no way to recover it. So, like, I don't know. In my opinion, that's not okay. It's like back in the day when they took like libraries of ancient knowledge and stuff from certain countries during like wars and whatnot, and just burned it all. It's just like, it's not okay to destroy art and culture and history. So that, as a musician, really rubs me the wrong way. That Jonathan Young decided, I don't like these anymore. I don't care if you like them or not. They're all gone. And I'm taking their versions off of Spotify and replacing it with the versions I want. It's like, but I don't like your newer versions because I feel like you fucked a lot of them up with the re-edits that you did. I like the older versions. It just really rubbed me the wrong way. So 2015 is a little bit hard because some of that shit got genocided. Why, I don't know. Hopefully I can find out the answer to that, or maybe someone can let me know. I'll probably ask again when I'm doing Jonathan Young stuff. Like you can like the video for Mine Mine Mine, which I really really enjoy. I really like listening to. He destroyed it, but my version's still out. You can still actually watch it still because I don't talk when the video is going on. So hey, it still technically exists, but he just completely wiped it off. And it was a really good video. It was a really good song. It was a really great cover. I don't know why he destroyed it. It angers me and it upset. And I don't truly understand. So 2015 is gonna be a little bit hard to find all the videos for, but we're gonna do our best. So that's what's gonna go alongside. That's the long explanation of what else is gonna go alongside Epica. I'll probably have a specific chapter for Jonathan Young Rant in here. That's probably exactly what I'll call it. So you can skip past that as well. It's just really a lot of what Jonathan Young started doing in the last couple of years has really rubbed me the wrong way, and I don't really understand why he's doing it. And I hope someone can send me a link to an explanation as what was going through his head. But he's still a great singer. Anyways, so for those of you who did not watch the end of OTEP or Stitches, I will mention again. This will be the last time I mention. Putting that out there. Because if you don't watch at the end of this, I don't think you're going to watch at the end of anything else. Anyways, so you'll either know or you won't know. So what I'm going to start doing on this channel, because usually I just do albums. And I go album. However, it does take a long time in that situation for me to come back around to stuff that people might really like to see again. For example, Nightwish is a big one of that, Within Temptation, Evanescence. In this moment, because I still want to finish all their albums, etc., Jinjer, etc. So I was thinking what I can do to fix that, which I think will bring more enjoyment to the audience as well as myself, because it frees me up to be able to listen to not only go through full albums, which I want to do. I really do want to do. It's not like I'm forcing myself to do that. I really do enjoy doing that, but I also want to be freed up to just listen to whatever fuck I want, and it's okay. Which obviously no one's keeping me to that. That's like a restriction I'd be putting on myself. But like I'm still gonna follow albums. It's just I'm gonna listen to them at random intervals and upload them at random intervals. They won't follow any pattern. Like I'll do one album, then another album, and then I repeat that process. They won't fit into that rotation. But they will follow an album from beginning to end. I'm not gonna start like song one from an album and then choose that same album. I won't choose a different album from that artist until that album's finished, and I won't go like song 1 and then song 5 and then song 2 and then song 7. I'm not gonna jump around and whatnot. I'm just gonna follow the album out. Except for Camelot, I'm only gonna watch the videos unless a bunch of videos in one album is just like fucking bang, and then I'll be like, I gotta check out this album. Then that one might be a little randomized, but in theory, I'm just watching the videos from Camelot because, what was the name of this? Silverthorn? Yeah, that was it. Silverthorn. Silverthorn did not rub me the right way. It wasn't bad. It just a lot of it really didn't feel like the new singer really gelled with the album at the start. So I'm trying to find the album where he did like come online, but there were some good songs in that album. So that means while Jinjer's gone now, Jinjer is going to come back faster into the rotation. You don't have to wait a couple months to finish out a bunch of other albums. I can just record a Jinjer song from the next album whenever I want and upload it whenever I want. So you're going to get stuff that you like more frequently, as well as just random stuff like testing out an album. The example I keep using is Linkin Park. There's 2 songs from Linkin Park before I choose an album that I want to listen to first, and then those 2 might just come out randomly, just sporadically. And there might be like another album that's like, am I gonna like this? Let's listen to a song from it. Oh, the song's bumping. Yeah, we'll listen to this whole album. Some of those might just come out randomly and whatnot. So yeah, I just think this frees me up to do more of what I want and what you want. Because I want to listen to these albums. I want to expand my library, but I understand that there's going to be a selection of 2 artists that might be coming out that you don't like either, like OTEP and Stitches, which seemed to be the case for a lot of people. That way, if it's like 2 albums are coming out that's like, I don't really want to listen to either of those, then you might get a random one every now and then. There's no duration. It's not like, oh, one's guaranteed to come out a week. It's just like there might go a couple weeks without one, or you might get like 3 or 5 in 1 week. You never know. It's just really how I'm feeling, how I'm recording that week, and what I want to put out when. So, yeah. It frees you up if you don't like the albums that are coming out. It frees me up to do whatever I want. I think it's just going to be a good time. So, I really like this album. Fucking Jinjer was crushing it on this album. Like, Teacher is still blowing my mind. It's great. That was a great song. Ape was fantastic. Perennial was really good. The only reason I wasn't like fully invested in Dreadful Moments is because I don't think it was the best live performance of that song. The studio was better in my opinion, because the little effects and stuff that was put in there. But even then, it wasn't my favorite on the album. Let's put that. I didn't dislike it, but like it wasn't. I don't think it was up to the like the amazing jaw dropping quality as the other 3 songs. And the instrumental was really good. I really enjoyed this album, so I'm excited to get back to more Jinjer. Jinjer is they good. I mean, they real good. Like let's not even fuck around here and pretend like anything else. They real good. So I enjoy listening to them when I can. I'm not looking forward to going back to Nightwish, but I know it's inevitable. I gotta listen to that new album. There's a part of me that just has to. Even though I don't want to interact with floor fans in any way, shape, or form, there's a part of me that has to do that human nature. So it's gonna happen. Not soon, but soonish. So, still recovering from the last one. It was bad. Anyways, thank you all so much for joining me, and I will see you next time.